In this video, we're gonna talk about the non-abnormally large airplanes that exist. So before starting, please like the video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. In the past century, aeroplanes have evolved from being light and nimble devices propelled by propellers to huge aircraft propelled by thousands of feet into the air by turbofan jet engines. Which of these engineering wonders, however, is the biggest plane ever made? We're all aware that Airbus A380 is the largest passenger aircraft and probably will remain such for some time. Here, we examine major passenger jets like this and others, as well as transport planes and some unique innovations. Here are the 9 abnormally large airplanes that exist. So let's start. Number 9. Airbus A380. When it comes to passenger capacity, volume, weight, and wingspan, the A380 is the largest passenger aircraft ever built. However, the Boeing 747-8 and the future Boeing 777-9 outperform it in terms of length, technically built but not yet in service. Although airlines use it with a normal capacity of 400 to 550 seats, it has a maximum passenger capacity of 853 passengers. Such large capacity is world-class engineering achievement. Unfortunately, it has not turned out the way airlines had hoped. The Super Jumbo has been a success for Emirates thanks to its hub-based business strategy, but most airlines have had trouble. The potential of the aircraft was harmed by the development of the twin-engine aircraft and the switch from hub-and-spoke to point-to-point operations. For numerous airlines, its demise was cemented by the slump that followed the events of the 2020. Those who advocated for the double-deckers' early retirement have now put them back in service as demand for air travel has increased. Sadly, it is struggling to find a new use as more people retire. A used aircraft was once only taken on by Hi-Fly for charter usage, but even that airline has already decommissioned it. Although it would make a great private jet or VIP transport, its size and constraints have so far prevented this from happening, limiting its potential in the cargo sector. Number 8. Boeing 747-8. Of course, the 747 is the other significant passenger aircraft, with a length of just over 3 meters greater than the A380. The most recent 747-8 is the longest version available. However, it only has a 605 maximum capacity. Again, this is the maximum exit limit. The typical capacity is around 450. The fact that it has a lower wingspan than the Super Jumbo, 68.4 versus 79.95 meters, has been advantageous because it expands the number of the airports where it can land. The 747 was the largest passenger aeroplane in use prior to the A380. Since its debut in 1968, this has been its defining feature. Together with Pan American World Airways, it was created Pan AM. The Boeing 707 had been a success for the airline. Therefore, they sought to expand on this with a new, more than twice as large aircraft. Even though a full-length upper deck was originally intended, it was impossible to make it comply with safety regulation. Number 7. Boeing 777-9. It seems acceptable to include Boeing's future 777X at this time, as test planes are already airborne. With a length of slightly over 76 meters, the largest model, the 777-9, will be the longest passenger aircraft ever launched. Additionally, it will have a normal capacity of up to 426, which is comparable to the 747-8. The 777X is a twin-engine aircraft, in contrast to the other passenger aircraft on this list. And these brand new GE9X engines are bigger than the fuselage of a 737 and the biggest and most powerful commercial engines ever manufactured. A new age of extremely effective, high-capacity twins will be ushered in by the 777X. Larger four-engine commercial jets are not likely to be seen for a while. However, given that Boom Supersonic just redesigned its next overture as a quad jet, there may be further breakthroughs in this area. The 777X won't be used by airlines for some time. Engine challenges and difficulties with structural testing have caused a delay in development. Additionally, due to the pandemic-related slowness, production delays have emerged. 382 aircraft were ordered as of August 2022. Currently, Qatar Airways anticipates receiving its first aircraft in 2025, while the company is hopeful that Boeing would shift the anticipated date up. Emirates is the model's biggest customer, having ordered 150 units. Number 6. Antonov AN-124. Sadly, the Antonov AN-225 Maria is no longer the largest Antonov aircraft in service. The Ukraine 6-engined Dream cargo-only jet, or what's left of it, rests among the ruins outside of the Kyiv following Russia's invasion of the Ukraine and the bombing of the Gostomel airport on the first day of the war. Even though it's made by the same company, the AN-124 is one of the largest commercially built fighters, even though it's smaller than the AN-225. Since its 1982 introduction, turbofan aircraft have been produced. It was the heaviest commercially produced aircraft up to 747-8's debut. 22 AN-124 aircraft were active as of the August 2022, according to statistics from chaviation.com. Most are run by the Russian Air Force, although some are by the Volga-Dnieper, a Russian cargo-focused company. The UAE-based Maximus Air Cargo and the Ukrainian freight specialist Antonov Airlines both still operate 5 aircraft each. Number 5. Lockheed C-5 Galaxy. Carrying on with large transport aircraft, the C-5 Galaxy is also high up the list for size and payload. It's a military transporter aircraft built by the US manufacturer Lockheed and entered the service in 1970. It followed other successful transporters, such as the C-130 Hercules, but simply needed to be bigger. At just over 75 meters long, it's bigger than both the A380 and the AN-124. It can carry a payload of 127 tons and adds in-flight refueling for a huge range. It remains in active service with the US Air Force, although several large transport planes have followed it. The Boeing C-17 Globemaster is a leading example. It's big, but not as big as the C-5. Interestingly, Lockheed was also interested in an even larger replacement. The so-called VLST, Very Large Subsonic Transport, was proposed in the 1990s but never developed. A passenger version would have 2 decks, 4 aisles, and carry up to 900 passengers. Number 4. Airbus Beluga XL. Technically speaking, the Beluga XL is an Airbus A330 upgrade, rather than a distinct type of aircraft. Some would therefore wonder if it belongs on such a list. Regardless of how you handle it, it's one of the biggest aircraft you will see flying frequently. It's the biggest in terms of volume. It features a 2,209 cubic meter fuselage volume, with 1,840 cubic meters. Boeing's Dreamlifter trails in terms of volume. Airbus has dispersed the production of its aircraft among a number of sites from the beginning. To compete with Boeing, it was established as a coalition of numerous European manufacturers. The Beluga XL and Beluga were created by Airbus to transport the parts of its aircraft. The A300-based Beluga, which debuted in 1995, was primarily utilized to build A340. Early in 2000 came the Beluga XL, which was based on the A330 and 200. Its large size was required for the larger A350 components. Number 3. Boeing Dreamlifter. Boeing's Dreamlifter transports customized fuselages. An expanded 747-400 fuselage with a unique tiled swing door allows complete access to the aircraft. It transported Boeing 787 parts from Italy, Japan, and the US to finally assembly sites in Washington and South Carolina. 4 Dreamlifters have operated since 2007. It's large but statistically inferior, behind the Beluga XL in the fuselage volume. Though longer than the Beluga XL and 747-400, the 747-8 is longer. Its 4-engine 747 base has a higher payload than the Beluga XL, but half that of the AN225 when it was operating. Number 2. Hues H-4 Hercules. The Hues H-4 Hercules, one of the largest airplanes ever built, never went past the prototype stage. It was a World War II flying boat transport. 750 infantry or 230-ton M4 tanks may fit. After the war, it flew in the 1947. It has a 97.8-meter wingspan and 8 Pratt & Whitney engines. Its moniker, Spruce Goose, comes from its wooden fuselage, which saved the metal throughout the war. One prototype flew but was never used. Oregon's Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum displays it. Number 1. Strato Launch. Strato Launch is last, with the full name of the Scaled Composites Model 351 Strato Launch. This massive double fuselage plane has the longest wingspan ever at 117 meters. The closest behind this was the AN225 at 88.4 meters. Between the fuselages, it could send a 250-ton rocket into orbit. The 747-400 inspired its technology and 6 engines. Pilots sat in the right cockpit of the 73-meter fuselage. The equipment-only left side is unpressurized. After Paul Allen died in 2018, the show was delayed. Cerberus Capital Management, the new owner, decided to use the aircraft to launch reusable hypersonic flight research vehicles. The Strato launch returned to flight in April 2021 after 2 years. Unexpected test results halted the 6th aircraft test flight. What do you think of our video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit the subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.